Before bringing all your sensitive plants into a greenhouse, make sure to properly insulate it. To properly protect your greenhouse from the cold, you must first remove all the shelves that are along the windows, as well as the brackets. Not only do we need to protect the greenhouse from the cold, but we also have to let light in. For that, the simplest solution is to use bubble wrap with different thicknesses. 30mm is the most effective. There is also 10mm bubble wrap, which is 3 times thinner, but it will require 5 layers of it compared to the equivalent of this one. So much more will be needed and we will be less well insulated. If you live in a region that is not very cold, why not use 10 meter? In a colder area, it's better to use 30 meter, and this bubble wrap will be clipped onto the gaps. To hold our bubble wrap in place, we will use small clips. It's convenient, there's no need for any modifications. And a bubble wrap that we put inside the greenhouse, otherwise with the storms and the wind it could risk blowing away, so we place the small clip in the groove. We turn it and it holds, so we seal our greenhouse as much as possible. So we will put bubble wrap on the walls and on the roof. As for the roof, there are the skylights. We will leave these skylights closed, but it is clear that the plants need to breathe. It's a bit like you in your room. You close the shutters and windows at night to keep it comfortable, but it's always good to ventilate. So from time to time, it will be necessary to open the doors of the greenhouse so that the plants can breathe well and do not rot. Now that our greenhouse is well insulated, we will be able to bring in our plants, which we will categorize. When bringing plants into a greenhouse, it is important to know that there are plants that can withstand slightly below 0-degree temperatures. Heating will be useless. This is the phoenix. -2 or -3 degrees, there are plants that can withstand freezing temperatures better. This is the olive. The olive can withstand temperatures below -5 degrees under one condition, that it is not wet at the time of freezing. This is practical under a greenhouse. The oleanders are also capable of withstanding temperatures below 0 degrees, as long as there is no moisture on the root ball when it is very cold. Our last category is frost-sensitive plants, those that freeze below 0 degrees starting from 1 degree. This is the case with the zonal geranium. Here we have a plectranthus, which is at risk of freezing, of course, and then there are all the annual plants. So when we have brought all these plants inside, it is imperative to clean them well. For example, we will remove all the bad flowers. There's no need to keep them. In some cases, it is also better to completely cut the leaves. If you have an agave, you should cut the leaves and clean everything. Take a good look again at your geraniums, for instance, or other plants. There are pests, for example, small snails that are settled in the warmth. All of this will develop well. They risk laying eggs in your deer. So we use a pesticide that is not harmful to humans or animals. Another very important little rule is to spray black soap on all your plants that you have brought into your greenhouse, because if there are aphids, even a single aphid will spread at a rapid pace. Don't forget about the white flies, those infamous little flies that flutter around your greenhouse and are capable of infesting your entire greenhouse. And for that, use yellow tights that you will hang in your greenhouse. The white flies will come and stick to them. This is a biological method to effectively eliminate them. Now that our greenhouse is well sealed, we need to control the temperature. For this, equip yourself with a minimum-maximum thermometer to check the temperature, especially during the night. If you don't have electricity in the area, why not use a small kerosene stove as a backup when it freezes hard? Or you can use small electric heaters that are definitely guaranteed to be moisture resistant. These are specific devices. Alternatively, there are slightly larger blowing devices that can also be used in the greenhouse, outside of freezing conditions, or slightly above, you'd see. But know this, it is better to properly seal your greenhouse to save energy. If it is hot during the day especially, do not forget to ventilate and open your greenhouse door.